Merry meet everyone, welcome back to Midnight Fantasy Creation. Today I wanted to do a UV DTF sticker wrap on pens. So that you actually can find wraps for pens. My only problem with these wraps are they're actually too big for the pens. So you are going to have to crop them. I don't know if you can buy bigger pens. I'm assuming you can. But as you can see, they overlap quite a bit. And these were the pens that I got on Temu. These two are pretty much the same exact size. These are a little longer, so I think this would actually fit on here a little bit better. It still overlaps, but not as bad. So you are definitely going to need to trim these down. As for the overlapping this way, I don't know about how to do that, so I might, in this video, just overlap them to see what they look like. With the stained glass, cutting them, to be honest, you're going to lose a lot of the sides anyways. But I might just cut this down so it at least fits the pen from here to here. So I'm going to take the bottom half of this off, and I want to do silver for this one, just because you're not really going to see the pen itself. Whereas this was supposed to be for a tumbler, and it came in a set like this, and I took it from this section. These are a lot skinnier and fit a lot better on the pens, although they are supposed to be for tumblers. And some of these I might actually use for tumblers like this one, because these would be too big for the pens, and I don't want them to overlap. Actually, they may be small enough. I'd have to definitely double check. It might actually be small enough. If that is the case, I am trying to get these on my Etsy account to sell, because I know a lot of the stuff that I've been doing on videos haven't been going on my account, because I am trying to revamp it just a little bit. So hopefully soon I can get that all situated. Right now I am working on the figurines because they are my biggest sellers, and hopefully soon I will have that going. As for the eBay, I am only strictly doing the print-on-demand stuff right now because I'm having issues trying to link my website to eBay. So the things that I sell either on my website or at craft fairs are still showing up available on eBay, and if someone buys it and I already sold it, that means I have to either remake it, which is not an issue, or repurchase it if it's an item that I get wholesale. And that will take time to come in and cause huge issues. So until I can get that to work properly, eBay, you will find my merchandise like sweatshirts, sports equipment, shoes, backpacks, tumblers. I should be adding all those on there soon. Right now, the only thing that's on there are my blankets, and that was for winter. So I am working on spring sweatshirts and sportswear for the summer, as well as sneakers, and then hopefully bottles and tumblers. So I got to get that working and going. But for now, let's get back to this. So I picked purple, for the light purple for this. I think it would look really pretty for this color, and it's a nice little window to a portal to someplace magical, it looks like. But it's got some nice deep purples in it. I was going to do a dark purple, which would look good. I'm not saying this would not look good. I'm thinking this would look really nice. I just think it'll pop more because of the dark doorway on the lighter purple as opposed to the darker purple. So depending on your picture, you really going to want to pay attention to color and how dark it is. You can find a lot of images that are like, this is like, I think this is a moth or a butterfly, and it's a whole pattern that's see-through, so you can actually see the pen color through your pattern. So this isn't going to cover the whole thing. It's a little see-through. It's got some stuff around the edges. So I thought the colored one would look really good with this picture, and because this one I'm going to have to chop up anyways and to fit, I figured the silver pen would be fine. So that way you can see two different types of pen. Besides, the little clip is going to be a lot easier, hopefully, to put on with that sheet like this. If I do find thicker pens for these, I will definitely buy them, and I may redo this video to show you guys what a thicker or bigger pen would look like. But this is what I got off of Temu. Actually, I got all this off of Temu. And these pens seem really nice, as far as I can tell. These are going to be for me because I wanted to mess around with it and play with them. So that's a nice black pen. I'm pretty sure these are black as well. And that has protective little thingy on it, so yes, it is not. Alright, working. There we go. So a nice black pen. No, you should not write on yourself. I'm pretty sure these are non-toxic ink, and I've been doodling on my own skin for years, so I'm not worried about it. But anyways, let's get to this. Where did I put my alcohol? Rubbing alcohol. Because I just want to wipe this down. You know what? I have... You are not going to need anything special for this other than your sticker, your pen, something to clean it with, and potentially something to cut your image with. Don't mind my UV lamp over here. It is keeping things off from rolling off my table right now. Oh, there it is. And so I'm going to move these out of the way. I am just going to clean this off from fingerprints, any dust, dirt, debris. Just give it a nice clean surface for your sticker to work on. And yes, this paper towel has been used for my earrings, which I'm hoping to add new earrings on soon. Put this down because now this is all wet. All right, that can go there, and then we are going to do this one. I'll hold it from here. And I'm thinking of doing, I feel like they're both going to be just hard for different reasons. This is going to be difficult because it's going to want to roll on me. And I'm going to try not to touch where I want the sticker. But I do want to make sure this is going to fit the pen before I put it on. I'm thinking about right here. Normally I would use a ruler and just measure it. I'm eyeballing it today. I also have one of those paper cutters that will cut nice straight lines for the most part, depending on how much your paper moves. That should be good. Might just go just above that fold. And that should be good for that. All right, so like the tumblers, all I'm going to do is fold the backing of the sticker. So the transfer tape is exposed, and yes, you can probably use that little tape technique I showed in a previous video, even with something this small, but yeah, I don't need it. We'll see how bad the other one is. These are softer or more flexible than the tumbler transfers, which is nice. That'll make it easier to wrap it around your pens. And let's line this up. About right here. I may not have gotten that straight. Oh no, that's fine. Oh, it's upside down. And that is the reason why you fold. So basically you fold it so it's just far enough over where you have a little bit of the transfer tape exposed, but not the sticker itself. That way you are not ruining your sticker if you have to pick it up and move it. And yes, I'm getting my fingers all over this. Come on. Basically, I am just going to let this go around the way it is to see if this is crooked. Looks pretty flush to me. So we are going to remove the backing completely. And I am just going to put it on the silicone mat, even though that does look very crooked. And I am just going to roll it smoothly. That is crooked. It's too late now. Until I get all the way. And that's totally fine. And you want to find the end of the other end of the transfer. There we go. And we are going to pull this up. And of course, the sticker is stuck to the transfer itself, so you may have to break the actual sticker off. Where is it? I don't even know if I can get this off. Oh, it goes all the way back there. Normally you would not be able to lift these, but it looks like I can. See if I can peel this off. If it rips, I should have lifted that up. I wasn't thinking. Let's smooth this down. Sorry if I'm off camera. And then I might actually, so this would be good for an X-Acto blade. Oh, I ripped that too far, shoot. Actually, do I have my X-Acto blade over here? I know I did at one point. Because this is a metal one, it shouldn't hurt the sticker itself. Let me see if I can grab my X-Acto blade real quick. Want to add more magical creatures to your day? Come check out MidnightFantasyCreation.com, where you can find all your favorite creatures on clothing, drinkware, house decor, and so much more. Alright. No clue where I put my X-Acto blade the last time I used it while I was videoing. But I do have a ruler. And I'm going to stick that right here. Try to line this up as much as I can to give myself a nice straight line. And hopefully this doesn't go flying on me, and I'm going to use scissors. And just graze, without cutting yourself, the sticker. And nope. And these can get very flaky. I've noticed that when I was trying to remove the sticker off of a tumbler that I messed up on. Again, if you had an X-Acto blade, this would be a lot easier. I almost want to do another one similar to this on the video just to show you how to do, because as I'm doing it, I was thinking of how to go about cutting it beforehand. So you should be able to do this a lot smoother than what I just did. Like I said, this one is for me, just to mess around with. I might actually do one more just to show a better way of doing it because of how I'm thinking of this as I'm going. This is the very first time I've done it on a pen, and I actually find this very pretty. I like the stained glass. I have them in fairies. They're like little fairy bottles. Where did I put them? And that will be an option for you to purchase when I get them on my Etsy. And I will let you guys pick whatever color pen you want that I have available. Where did I put them? They should be over here. So at the moment I have fairy bottles, and I think there's 6 or 8 different pictures of different fairy bottles. I might do one of the fairy bottles for me because these, I think they give you 2 each, 3 each. I don't remember. I would have to look at my phone, but I'm using my phone to record, so I haven't the slightest clue. I think, I know you can get more than one, so I mind doing another one of these. I might do a fairy bottle, though, instead of the stained glass. So, 2, yes, it looks like 2 each. Which one do I like for myself? I love this. I also have to think about, this would be really good for the pens because I can just chop the top off, no problem. Same thing with this. You've got something to work with. Like the, let me see what these are. I know these are slightly different. I didn't realize they were both bottles. I saw the image, and I got these off the same company from Temu, and these are still available. The other ones are not. So I can have these linked in the descriptions, or these are just as pretty. What do we want? I like this, and I like this. Blue is more my color. I mean, I like purple too, but I think I'll do this one. Because I can crop it. Cut those. Put this aside. Alright, now I need to shrink. I think I might shrink a little bit of the bottom and a little bit of the top. Oh, I need another pen. I've got plenty of these silver ones. Come all nice and wrapped for you. I'm thinking right here. Maybe I'll bend that first to make sure it's even. See, that's what I mean by not even. I wonder what happens if I do this. Now, if I had an X-Acto blade, I would not do that on here because I don't want to ruin my mat, but I just want to see if I can get that a little bit better. If you have one of those self-healing mats, which I do have a tiny one from the dollar store, those work great. And that was too small, but that's okay. I have a ruler here. I could have just measured it. Anyways, how big is this? This ruler measures in centimeters, so this is 11 centimeters long. So you can measure your sticker and cut out 11 centimeters. This one is 12 centimeters long. These stickers are a little over 12 centimeters. So they're just a tiny bit bigger than these pens. So these pens would be better for these, but they are too wide. And these are just shy 4 centimeters long. Oh, I wonder. And about 10, I don't know, is that millimeters? What are these? It's 10 millimeters because 10 millimeters is 1 centimeter in circumference. I don't know how that works. I think that goes across. So anyways, that's not going to help you. So scratch that. But that's how long they are. And for the picture, how much of that did I need to take off? Well, you know what? Let's see. I don't know, picture-wise, if I can do it this way. Then X-Acto blade on a self-healing cutting mat would be better. And I just want to break enough of this to just take the backing and the sticker off if possible. Without ruining the transfer part, and I just broke that. That did not quite work the way I wanted to, but nope, not that one. Which was top, which was bottom. Try and line this up nice and flush and straight. So remove the transfer tape from this side because, like I said, it overlaps. And this is going to get in the way, and you do not want that. Alright. And then I am just going to continue rolling this. Now we can just, I don't know if I want to overlap it all the way. You know what, I am going to overlap it all the way. I want to see how bumped up it is. And take the rest of this off. There we go. Actually, that's not too bad. Seam is actually quite seamless, minus the picture portion. But, there you go. Customized UV DTF sticker pen. So you can have your own decals made. If you're an artist, like I said, you can use Atlanta vinyl and have them printed out for you. I would measure your pens. I would probably take a piece of paper or ribbon and go all the way around and bend the piece so they are perfectly touching, and then measure on the ruler how wide this pen is. Now these are approximately 3 centimeters wide. So if you were to do your own pictures, I would do whatever the length of your pen is plus 3 centimeters wide, because I think this one is also going to be 3 centimeters wide. Let's try it. A little over 3 centimeters wide. So if you don't mind having a little bit of a seam in between, that's fine. If not, you can continue doing them this big. Overlapping them is not too bad. You can't really feel it. I would do a bleed for your photo so you have a bit of a border that you don't mind overlapping. And if you are crafty enough to have the picture line up on your seam so it's a little more seamless, that would be really cool too. But like I said, I bought this off Temu, so I have what I have. That is, and these two are done. So they look very pretty, even though this one I messed up royally. But you saw how well that works. You can either bend it and just peel back a little bit of the transfer and stick it and then roll it. Just don't do what I do and forget to peel that transfer off before you roll it all the way around. Want to get our videos ad-free? Or even get early access to all of our videos? Check out our Patreon account at Midnight Fantasy Creation, where you can get a monthly subscription to get early access and ad-free episodes. That way you can overlap them quite nicely. You can also cut them to be a little more seamless. I would just use an X-Acto blade and only do that on the metal pens, because the plastic ones, you would probably scrape that with the blade. So keep that also in mind if you want to have them cut flush. You can also cut them flush. If you're a minor, please have supervision. If you're not a minor, please be very careful with the blades. You don't want to cut yourself, but these two look great. So I have that done, and then as for this one, let me actually measure this one. This one is approximately, from widest to widest, 3 centimeters. So this should line up actually perfectly. And lengthwise, these are roughly about 10 centimeters. And these were 12, so you can have it sitting a little below, if you'd like, the handle. See, this little clip is going to probably be in the way, and this might actually be a little more difficult to do, because I had to cut it a little wonky to get around the other images. Alright, which way would be better? With the trash out of the way, I'm wondering if cutting it, being gentle with it though, I just want to scrape the top a little bit. Nope, that didn't help. I don't want to cut the sticker. I just wanted to get to the transfer. I am not going to have as good of a guide because of the style of the sticker. And it is raining in my house. Hold on. Alright. So I'm not going to have that guide at the top like I had on the last one. So I want to do this How long do I want to go? I want to be able to see what I'm doing. It's a good thing because I have it upside down. Awesome. Way to go, Issa. You're so silly. Okay, so I want it about here. I don't know if I can slide that underneath. Ooh. Look at that. That is going to have to be good. The only good thing about these is you can roll the pen, for the most part, without having to rub and getting it, oh, that buckled, all nice and smooth. Again, make sure there's no bubbles, no bumps, no lumps, no wrinkles. Oh, that's part of the decal. And if you feel, so right in here, there's actually an opening in the image that lets the back of the pen peek through, which is actually pretty cool. If you feel that and you think it's a bubble, no, it's not. But if you can feel that, that is a good way to find out if you do have a bubble or not. And then we are going to take the backing off. Carefully. Transfer off carefully. These types of transfer are very stretchy and flexible, which is good. Here you have your portal, slightly crooked. I noticed it as I was rolling it. I'm like, oh, that is a little off. But with more practice and having the proper image for the proper item will give you better results. A little more practice and I should be able to get this a little straighter. Like I said, this one is for moi. So I am going to have this to beat around and play with. But the see-through ones let you see the pen on the inside and you'll be able to feel the bump from the sticker more on these than you would on a flush one like this. So you can do these on colored pens. You'll only see the color on the tips and the buttons. And of course, if it has a handle, it'll be a handle. And then these, you can actually see the pen through the decoration itself in various areas. So that is the two ways to do a UV DTF sticker on a pen. And they also have 40-ounce tumbler UV DTF decals that I want to also play with. I ordered some off of Shein to see how those are. These are actually really good for Temu. And I think I got the pens, I think, were local. And then the decals, I had to wait for those to come in. So I bought them at the same time. I got the pens, I want to say, oh, I don't know, 4 to 7 days before I got the stickers. So you can probably find these on Amazon. I will link these on for Temu along with the pens, as well as finding some similar items, maybe on Amazon as well. As for this type, like I said, they were unfortunately sold out because I wanted to buy more. To have more options for people to be able to pick their backgrounds, but they sold out before I got a chance to do that. So I can't link this one. I'm keeping an eye on it in case they do come back in stock. So if they do come back in stock and you see the link, I'll have it linked. If not, it's because it's sold out and they tend to discontinue things on Temu more often than not. So I will try to get some Amazon links because you tend not to discontinue them as quickly on Amazon as you do on Temu. That is my only really complaint on a Temu, I find, is I like something and it works great and then I can't buy it anymore because they discontinued it. So, that is it for today's video. If you like what you saw, hit the thumbs up. Of course, if this is your first time watching my channel, please subscribe. If you are already subscribed, thank you for returning. I appreciate everyone's support. So please comment below, even if you're just saying, oh my god, that was a great idea. It helps a lot with the YouTube algorithm and getting positive feedback to the channel. I think some of the reasons why I'm not being able to get affiliated with certain companies is because I don't have enough people communicating on them. There's not enough communication going on. I wish they would have actually just flat out told me that instead of giving me a lame excuse. So it would have been nice for them to actually say what was the thing I need to adjust in my videos for them to be okay with me being an affiliate. I am trying Amazon affiliations with links to get some credit with it, but I'm not sure if I did it right. So if you have an issue with some of the links, please let me know. I will fix them as much as I possibly can. But definitely, I will be having some Amazon links as well as some Temu links. So that way, if you don't like Temu, I will hopefully let you guys be able to still get these items if you prefer more of an Amazon shopping. Also, please check out my stores. I'm on Etsy at Midnight Fantasy Create because I could not fit creation, and eBay, as well as my online store under Midnight Fantasy Creation. You can also follow us on all of our social medias. I'm on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, all under Midnight Fantasy Creation. I will see you guys in the next video. Merry part until we can merry meet again. Blessed be. Bye.